There is no way you can screw over Hollywood executives like he did, only to come back and do 7 Netflix specials.
Came back with 7 Netflix series. Was sponsored by Dave. That means David Chappelle sponsored the last 3 of these comedians that I've seen on Netflix. So someone who walked away from a deal on Oprah's show, which I'm all about all of that, but then comes back and gets all of this, that's a different person.
With the Dave thing, I'd be a blatant liar if I were to say 100% that's
wow.
possible.
So Dave Chappelle isn't Dave Chappelle. I didn't know this. This is great. This is new. I didn't realize that Dave Chappelle wasn't Dave Chappelle. We got to get into what? Huh? Okay, what? I'm in the middle of something. You know, nobody can hear you, right? This is just you're in my ear. Sorry, my producer. I told you I don't like talking about Trump. I don't. That's not. All right. Looks like we got to do something different. So, Brentley, this is the Bunk Apostate. Let's go.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's come to this. As of today, the great Donald Trump is a convicted felon. It's come to this. You know, this is part of the storm that I told you guys was coming. So many people commented on how I'm a fear-mongering, paranoid redneck.
Sounds about right. So it sounds like that's it. Your friends got you pinned, buddy.
I don't freaking give a crap what you think about me.
I don't even give a freaking poopy. Okay, you freaking crap. You crapola freaking.
It's about to get rough, son. Why is this happening, first of all, and what do I think's going to happen?
Well, why is this happening? I don't know. I love always going back and checking on the backwards folks to make sure that what's going on is reaching the back of the back aisle, you know, to the people out in the middle of nowhere, right? And see how they're taking everything. We got to know how these backwoods people are reacting to this sort of thing, right? Got to check on this guy first, right? And he looks very upset. Just look at that face right there. That is the face of a sad man. Then he just sat in his car and just started recording. This is that kind of day. Okay. So clearly this is what you were talking about. I got it. Okay. Yeah, thank you. I was going to talk about Dave Chappelle not being. Donald Trump found guilty on all counts in historic New York hush money trial. In a verdict that shook the 2024 presidential campaign, former President Donald Trump was found guilty on all 34 counts in his New York criminal hush money trial. He was convicted of falsifying business records to hide a hush money payment to porn star Stormy Daniels ahead of the 2016 presidential election. Trump is the first former U.S. president convicted of a crime. The crime carries a penalty of up to 4 years in prison. Yeah, right. That's not what's going to happen. With sentencing scheduled for July. But legal experts previously told USA Today the presumptive Republican nominee is likely to get only probation or a shorter sentence. Of course. Trump's conviction marks another historic moment with an uncertain impact on the 2024 presidential election. He is not disqualified from running for office. While polls have suggested a conviction would harm his prospects, prominent Republican supporters quickly rallied to his side. He still faces criminal charges in 3 other cases. I mean, we'll see what ends up happening, but at least right now we see that he doesn't have the system too rigged in his favor because he's able to at least we're able to at least get some convictions out of the system here, which is more than I can say I actually thought. Honestly, I did not think this was going to happen. I thought he was going to figure out some way to pay somebody off to do something, or just harass the judge so much that the judge makes a mistake and then there's a mistrial and then you go from there, which are all tactics that he was clearly trying to use there. So that's basically the long and skinny of it, right? The whole thing is he had an affair. When she gave her testimony, Stormy Daniels, it didn't sound as much like an affair as it did assault. I don't know if that's going to be in the charges. I don't think so. It's just the paying her off to silence her. But just saying, in her testimony, it did not sound very consensual. But so, yeah, he committed a bunch of fraud to cover up payments, hide the money so that nobody knew that this situation happened while he was trying to run for president. That's what happened here. Let's take a look at some of the reactions because we all know we're going to have some crazy reactions out there. Let's get to it. Oh my God. Whoa. Okay, I'm sorry. The size of this guy's head scared me. It looks like we're in a Stephen King movie all of a sudden. Did he have to have this hat specially made? What is going on here? It looks like he had to cut the whole back of it off for it to. There's just a slit starting from the top here all the way back to fit this melon noggin here. My goodness. All right, let's see what his reaction is. I'm sure he's going to say, hey, we gotta throw this guy out, seeing as how we're the party of the cops and the laws and the orders and all that type of stuff, right?
Donald Trump has now been convicted of 34 counts. They got what they wanted. They wanted to change his name. His name on his driver's license has been Donald John Trump. Now he will be introduced in every cable broadcast as convicted felon Donald Trump. He has a new prefix to his name.
It's like when you become a doctor. You earned it. And I think Donald Trump worked quite hard to get his title as well.
Now, we've talked about for quite some time that this is a banana republic. You hear people saying that on television. We are now a banana republic.
That's because Ray Comfort is now in charge of the republic. Not what? Huh? Oh, it has nothing to do with it. Ray Comfort. Right now, I hear banana. I'm like, it's got to be a Ray Comfort thing. I don't know why, but okay. Thank you. He's keeping me on top of stuff here. It's my producer, Kevin.
What exactly does that mean? Well, just a few months ahead of the national election in 2021, Nicaragua, the police arrested 7 opposition leaders within a single week, all of them for the vague crime of acting against the independence, sovereignty, and auto-determination of the country.
Yeah, was it a vague crime that Trump was arrested for? Was it it was just a vague crime of just being a Republican politician, right? That's just a vague crime of that, right? Wow, I paused it on a face right there. Look at that. It looks like he's trying to do a Trump impression. Totally innocent. I'm innocent. That's right. Sorry, just having fun with the picture there.
In response, Biden and the Biden administration slapped sanctions on the Nicaraguan regime for this anti-democracy maneuver. Did you know that in early 2021, Georgian police dragged opposition leader Nika Melia out of his party headquarters in a violent raid? The case against Melia was rooted in allegations that he incited violence during street protests by his government by supporters against the government. Does that sound familiar?
Is that what Trump got arrested for? Did Trump get arrested for the January 6th thing that he incited? Let's be real. He did incite it. Sure. He's got enough bodies to be able to throw under the bus ahead of him that will never, ever get to Trump in that one. That's not what he's convicted of here. He's convicted of falsifying records. And everybody that was involved in falsifying those records came out and were just like, here's the evidence. Yeah, he told us to do this. Yeah, here's the evidence. Yeah, here you go. What's so silly about this is that they're trying to act like it's Biden that's doing this. And it's like, dude, he just did a bunch of crimes. And then it was very clear that he wanted to get charged with this, which was exactly why he was like breaking gag order after gag order. He's doing that thing where he's like, I dare you to hold me responsible, because if you do, then I can go back and cry persecution and say that, oh, see, they're treating me so unfairly for just holding me responsible for the things that anybody else would be held responsible for, and anybody else would have been held in contempt after breaking as many gag orders as he did. But no, it's all just a big political hit job. Go fuck yourself.
At the end of 2022, the left-wing government of Bolivia arrested Luis Fernando Camacho, the right-wing governor of the country's largest.
He's making fun of that guy's name. All right. I think that guy needs to make fun of his head. That would only be fair. So anyway, big surprise. Yeah, Charlie Kirk is in favor of Trump here. It is a big political thing. It's not that he just committed a crime, a very obvious crime that was very easily provable to a jury of peers. And remember, law and order, these people stand by law and order and say the system works so well that they are pro death sentence. They think that the system works so flawlessly that we should allow it to put people to death because that's how well it works. Except, when it's their cult leader. Oh boy, look at this guy. Trump was just sentenced. Man, he is just, wow, this guy he is a true, that's a real deal conservative lumberjack guy, right? This dude's real. He's not pretending at all. Backwoods wisdom with Buddy Brown. My goodness. Okay.
I posted on Instagram last night that I was fishing. I'm praying. Fishing and praying. You can't go wrong with those two things. And I wanted to come to y'all this morning with a video, but there's a whole lot of outlets, especially in the conservative media world, that just want to be first about a topic and stuff like that. That's just TMZ to me, y'all. So identify what they're doing.
It's just TMZ to me, y'all. This could not be more cartoon. This guy's a cartoon, right? He's not the guy that we started on. Now that guy's real deal. I mean, just look at the way he dresses, right? Look at his hat. He's got his shirt, his jeans. Every single time I take a look at this guy, I'm like, he's a faker. I bet you this guy lives in Silicon Valley. He puts on a costume, he dresses it up, puts on a voice, right? And then goes and records videos. This guy's a faker, dude. This is not real. This is a cartoon representation of a conservative. This is just some computer dude that's playing pretend. I know it. I
always wanted to be first. That'd be no problem about being first. But I try to be somebody, especially for y'all to be worthy of a video each time that's going to get 1 or 2, 300,000 views plus, that I have thought and prayed.
That is so nice of you, man. Thank you. We appreciate that you put some effort into your videos.
Y'all saw what happened to our former president. I'm just going to say, I'm going to let God handle it, because if I handle it, I'm going to jail. My grandma used to say that quote all the time.
Wow. Your grandma sounds like a psychopath. Okay, just saying. And it sounds like she raised somebody who raised a psychopath. Just saying, right? It's like, I'm going to let God handle it. Otherwise, I'd murder people. What is wrong with you, man?
I'm going to sit back. You want to know where Buddy is right now? I'm in Mississippi. I'm obviously inside my house. Don't pull no January 6th stuff on me. I've been right here the whole time.
And yes, I don't think that this guy was at January 6th. Mainly because I think he's a liberal playing pretend. But again, that's my fan theory here.
On your flag upside down today. I got mine out front, and I'm going to my ranch here later today, and that sucker is getting turned upside down because America truly is in distress.
See, I thought that was. Do you know how many conservatives have gotten mad at me? How many conservatives have shown up in the comment section going, "Oh man, if you don't like it, just leave. You just leave it, man." Because I have my upside down flag here, which when is convenient, they are saying that it is, it's a lack of respect for the country. You should just leave, right? But when their cult leader gets felony charges for a crime that he committed so obviously, and left all this evidence behind for it and everything, when that happens, now the country's in distress, right? Now it's okay to flip the flag upside down. Trump should have followed the orders. That's what I'm saying. Trump, if he would have just followed the orders of the law.
Yeah, we're in distress. We need to do something about it. And first thing we need to do is pray.
Yes, absolutely. That is the one and only really thing that you don't need to do any more than that. Just rely on your magical thoughts. And I hope all the conservatives do exactly that. That's where the real power is at. Remember that. So just don't do anything and just think the magic thoughts. Okay. Just only do that.
We all just took our boot and shoved it about 3 foot deep in elephant poop, y'all. And this is the situation we have now. Win both sides.
Why did these conservative stuff? There's like outback country conservative. They talk so funny. It's like, I got it. Your boot's like knee deep and poopy. Knee deep and poops. The other guy's like, I don't give a freaking crap. Why do you guys talk so weird?
Democrat and Republican are looking at the judicial system and says, this is the new rules. oh, this is how we play now. And I'm not encouraging this. I'll say this one more time.
Now, we've always played this way. If you commit crimes, you get held accountable, especially if you're committing crimes so flagrantly. Yeah, maybe that's why you don't violate gag order after gag order, man. Just saying, you know, when they're trying to do this whole court thing, you're just like trying to get in trouble as much as possible so that you can claim that it's just a big political hit job. The whole thing before I was, well, he hasn't been charged, so just saying. So, so you're saying you would change your mind about Trump if the charges were filed? Well, yeah, I'm all for law and order. Okay. Now the charges are filed. Well, hold on now. This is bullshit charges. Okay. Did you know that Stormy Daniels' head was full of demons? Okay, I'm just saying, right? She's demonic, so probably this is all her fault.
I am not encouraging this. But when you have corruption this deep, it always leads to violence. It a lot of times leads to civil war. It becomes a freaking mess. Now
there we go. Yeah. Well, we got to like what? We're 2 minutes. We're 2 minutes into the video, and he's already said civil war. Who had 2 minutes? Kevin, did you? We both thought it was like within the first minute and 30 he was going to start talking about civil war, but next time, bud. Next time.
Now in America today, starting today, going all forward, we do not go after the crime anymore. We go after the people. And that's the new rules. I can't do nothing about it, neither can you. They've given up.
What the hell does that mean? We don't go after the crime anymore. We go after the people? How do you go after crimes? All right, we're just going to arrest the concept of a crime. we just lock up the nobody because we're just locking up the concept of the crime instead of the people who commit them. What, man?
Now, don't get too excited, Democrats, because you just made the forbidden move, and all Americans know it. I saw a headline yesterday that said Democrats sentence Trump to 4 more years in office with this conviction. That's really the truth. And you know what? I think that's
crazy to me how they have, you know what it is? Like anytime anything happens that's bad, they're just like, I'm just going to say it's not bad. And I swear this comes from like the sticking of their head in the sand that they get from religion. Religion is the most wishful thinking you can get, right? It's all just, well, I just am choosing to believe that, you know, trusting in this undead carpenter ghost that I believe lives inside of me that I pretend to cannibalize every week. If I trust in them, then I get to go to a magical amusement park in the sky and hang out with my friends and family for all eternity. And all the people that I don't like, that don't believe my totally true thing, they all go get tortured for all eternity. This is not wishful thinking at all. And so it just translates from that kind of wishful thinking into political wishful thinking, which is just, we're always doing awesome. We're always doing great. You know, Trump, Trump got arrested, but that's actually good. My good.
The whole thing really did. It took all the fence sitters, the people who were on the fence, which, by the way, is millions of people in my family, very conservative friends of mine, still just on the fence. Every single one of them, they hopped off last night.
Hold on, I thought you said you just said they were very conservative. Right? Yeah, very, very conservative people were on the fence. Really? Why do I not believe that, man? The very conservative people are exactly not on the fence. They're exactly just doing whatever the crowd tells them to do because, well, they're conservative and can't think for themselves.
They decided to play kickball. Now, to my conservative friends, don't y'all get...
What? What are we doing? We're playing kickball now? I don't understand this backwoods lingo.
Too excited either, because as Trump's numbers catapult and they go crazy, he's now in more danger than he's ever been because he's tracked everywhere he goes because of his views, and so are you.
Because of the crimes that he commits.
Do y'all know I was in 5 different states in the last 5 days and nobody had a freaking clue, because all I do is I take my Refuge privacy sleeve, I slip my phone in here. Not only does it block out 5G signal, but it blocks out sound. I'm completely a ghost.
Like he's in the CIA, man. Yeah, he's in the CIA, and you need to like put your phone in this special super duper pouch that I'm sure blocks the 5Gs. Yeah, right, dude. Just yeah, right. And then also blocks the sound. The Illuminati can't be listening in on your conversations about your ranch or whatever. Whatever, buddy. Buddy, get the fuck. Moving on from Buddy here. Let's see what the peanut butter guys got to say about it. They're probably pretty pissed.
Trump found guilty on 34 counts of falsifying business records in the first degree. This is related to the $130,000 payment to porn star Stormy Daniels by his then personal lawyer, Michael Cohen. They're using the same exact phrase by everybody. Convicted felon, convicted felon, convicted felon, convicted felon.
He's like, so why are they calling him a convicted felon in the news segments about him being a convicted felon? It's unfair, really. It's unfair that they're saying the thing that they're reporting.
Remember Russia collusion? Remember convicted felon? Remember,
Russian asset?
Racist? Remember all this stuff? This is the new.
Yeah, I remember the racist.
Next 2 words that's going to be popular the next 5 months will be convicted felon. At the debate everywhere. Watch this.
I mean, that's what he is, man.
Trump faces 3 more pending criminal cases. In 2 of these cases, Trump is charged with criminal related to his efforts to overturn.
He still faces 3 more of these fucking things.
2020 election. That's one. One of these cases, a federal court in D.C. The others in Georgia and Atlanta. Trump is charged with federal court in Florida with crimes related to his retention of classified government records after he left the White House in January 2021. He also
I like how he has to read through this like it's all not a big deal, but he has to read like all the other criminal charges against him, but he's just got to that's stupid whatever classified documents. Well, anyway, it's stupid.
This is a civil judgment in Manhattan court, which we know that about $450 million. Also a couple other for E. Jean Carroll. And he's obviously appealing the verdicts in the 3 civil cases. Let me share with you what he said when he got out of.
He's got 3 civil cases as well against him.
Court, Rob, if you can play that clip.
This was a disgrace. This was a rigged trial by a conflicted judge who was corrupt.
Look at this guy's face. This guy's like, I am very mad for me. I'm just a very mad little boy right now. I will not eat the food. I don't care if you do the airplane noise to my mouth. I will not eat that. I'm not eating any. I'm throwing a temper tantrum.
It's a rigged trial, a disgrace. They wouldn't give us a venue change.
What?
This was a rigged, disgraceful trial.
They wouldn't give us a different venue, okay? Because the place where it is what matters. That wouldn't be a crime if it was held somewhere else.
The real verdict is going to be November 5th by the people.
Yes.
And they know what happened here, and everybody knows what happened here.
Everybody knows.
You have a sore respect, DA.
Okay, no, that was it. I just wanted to laugh at that.
Whole thing. We didn't do a thing wrong. I'm a very innocent man, and it's okay. I'm fighting for our country. I'm fighting for our Constitution. Our whole country is being rigged right now. This was done by the Biden administration in order to wound or hurt an opponent, a political opponent.
It's a state trial. Like it's in a state. Like, but no, yeah, but it's federal.
It's just a disgrace.
Idiot.
And we'll keep fighting. We'll fight till the end, and we'll win because our country's gone to hell. We don't have the same country anymore. We have a divided mess.
See, and everything is always, we're still going to win. We're still good. We're going to, that crazy wishful thought, like thinking, like, just act like everything's always awesome and you'll always be awesome.
We're a nation in decline, serious decline. Millions and millions of people pouring into our country right now from prisons and from mental institutions.
How did they get out of they were coming from the prisons? What I don't understand is Mexico just opening the door of a prison that's right by the border, like, all right, everybody out as long as you go across the border. How could they come from prisons? If they're in prisons, they'd still be in prisons. It doesn't make any sense. I don't think he knows what he's saying when he's saying it.
Terrorists, and they're taking over our country. We have a country that's in big trouble. But this was a rigged decision right from day one with a conflicted judge who should have never been allowed to try this case. Never. And
they weren't a loyalist. They weren't a loyal Trump cult follower. And that means they should never have been on this case.
We will fight for our Constitution. This is long from over. Thank you very much.
Listen.
Why should voters vote for a convicted felon?
Bingo. No, listen, back up. It's important.
Did he just do a me thing? Me. Are you 7, dude? Are you 7?
This is telling you what their game plan is going to be. Listen very carefully, folks. Go ahead.
Constitution. This is long from over. Thank you very much.
Why should voters vote for a convicted felon?
Why should voters vote for a convicted felon? Just remember, that was the first question. Whoever she represented, that voice That's what they're.
But he did the mocking voice for.
Okay, so brace for impact. That's what we're hearing. Now go to the market. Let's see what some people are saying. Trump is guilty as F. Ha ha ha. Oops, I meant how terrible as guilty as F. Donald Trump. Now go to his profile so people know who he is and what his profile says.
Yeah, look at his face.
It says, "Don't blame me. I voted for the email lady." Okay, you know who he's talking about. You know where he stands.
Yeah.
Next, Brian Krassen.
Loser. Like that Vinny guy, he's got like no thoughts going on in that brain. Like he just is a child. Every single thing he says sounds like it's a toddler that somehow managed to, like, there's a jewel, right? And he switched bodies with a freaking 8-year-old, right? He's either got a severe blow to the head, or there's a magical jewel, and he actually is an 8-year-old in a grown-up's body. I don't know which one, but it's one of those two.
Breaking news, guilty on 34 counts. He is now a convicted felon. Notice the key words, convicted felon. That's the marketing. Lincoln Project. That
is the news story. That's what just happened. It's so weird. It's like, hey, they keep on just repeating that he's a convicted felon. Yeah, that's sort of the headline, man. What you mad at the words they have to use for the headline that this happened? Like, how do you want them to report this? Donald Trump was treated very unfairly. That's the headline they want. Donald Trump, he is not a convicted felon because those are bullshit charges. Or what do you want? You know, what headlines do you want? It's so funny, the things they get mad about.
I have a clip if you want to play this clip. Is this the same clip, Rob? You just had the clip. Yeah, watch this clip from Lincoln Project. Obviously, these guys are amazing. Yeah.
These guys are amazing. I don't. Well, what does he mean by that? That like a negative amazing? Like amazingly bad.
Found guilty on all 34 counts of falsifying business records in the first.
You're a criminal, Donald.
This branding is coming. Pay attention.
Not the deep state, not the Democrats, not the Biden administration. A jury, regular people who saw the evidence and felt sick.
Oh, no.
You're a criminal, and you did it to yourself.
Nobody's ever seen anything like this. It's a shame.
Your defense was weak because you're weak.
Oh.
They have no argument.
I love how they gotta put the water thing. They're like, and you gotta drink water with 2 hands, you weirdo.
Because there is no argument. You were too scared to testify because you knew, Donald. You know. You're guilty. Guilty as sin.
There you go. So that's Lincoln Project.
As charged.
Well,
okay, it was a bit much. I'm going to be honest, bit heavy-handed. Okay, bit much. But I feel like it is probably effective. No. So, and keep in mind, the Lincoln Project. These aren't some far left, liberal, whatever. I mean, I was going to say far left liberals. Liberals aren't far left. But they're not leftists. They're not even liberal. They're not even centrist Democrats. Really, they're right. The Lincoln Project is a Republican project, and yet they can't stand Donald Trump because they know how bad he is for their brand, right? Of being, because they're like they're your grandfather's conservatives, right? Of the moral majority and all that kind of crap, right? Not great, not good people. But even they can see that this is a problem, that Trump's a problem, that the loyalty that he demands is actually the problem, which is, I mean, you can see this sort of thing and what's going on here. He made it very clear. Like, he's like, if the judge would have just been a judge that was like obsessed with me, then this would have been a fair trial. His whole game plan is to just claim that it's not fair unless it actually isn't fair, right? It's only fair when he stacks the cards, because that's the way he thinks. He's always able to stack the cards, right? He's always able to stack the deck. He's always able to have his thumb on the scale. So anytime where he doesn't get to have that thumb on the scale, he's like, this isn't fair. These people are not living a reality anyway, right? So we can't really expect them, the people that like we're looking at here, to be reasonable, rational, whatever about this sort of thing, because they're just not going to be. They're crazy, right? We could see that. There doesn't matter. The goalposts don't exist with these people. Every single time. Well, if he would do this, then I wouldn't support him. Okay, but now he's done that. Well, but he didn't. But they're just, who said that he did that, right? Okay, well, maybe the jury is probably all leftists, right? The judge is a Soros paid left. Like, they have to go into like flat earth levels of evidence denial in order to defend this guy. That's like the type of people. That's why you always have like the flat earthers be like, well, space doesn't actually exist then. No, space is fake. Satellites don't exist. There's no such thing as satellites, because that goes in conflict with my with what I'd like to believe is true about the flat earth thing. So they're just throwing out any kind of evidence that is just confirming, right? And Trump supporters do the exact same thing. They will just get further. Oh, the media is all lying. It's George Soros pulling the strings. They're just constantly going to get deeper and deeper into the conspiracy world, because the reality is not reflecting what they'd like to think is true more and more and more. And anytime, this is why dogmatic beliefs are so easy to manipulate people, right? Because when you have these beliefs that people refuse to question, these beliefs like Donald Trump is awesome and he's trying to fight the deep state and whatever, Donald Trump's awesome. Let's just stop there, right? In order to have that belief that Donald Trump is awesome, and that is a dogmatic belief. That's why he has this weird cult. They're just like flying millions of flags all over their house. They're wearing the shirts. You know, they're saying the catchphrases. They're obsessed, right? So this is a dogmatic belief. It's almost like a religion or a cult, which is why we say it that way, right? And they will hold on to the belief that Donald Trump is awesome no matter what. Doesn't matter what evidence you present them. They're going to say, well, that evidence has been manipulated. Oh, well, that's because you're getting your information from a tainted source. The tainted source that they're getting their information from, of course, is any source that isn't kissing Trump's ass, because it's a full-on right-wing source, because that's the only sources that they ever watch, right? Any kind of source that just tells them what they want to hear all the time, right? And so that's exactly what happens here. Is they just keep getting deeper and deeper into the insanity of conspiracy land, because they're not willing to ever go, okay, maybe I shouldn't support this guy. Maybe this guy is kind of bad. Maybe he is a criminal. Maybe he wasn't actually what's good for the guy. But there's this sunken cost thing, right? They've put so much time and effort into believing that Trump is savior of the universe that they don't feel like they can ever leave now. They're like, no, I've put so much time and effort and probably spent some money. Let's be real, okay? How many of these people literally did sink costs into Trump and his legal fees and all this other stuff? There's a sunk cost there. That's why they're not ever going to see the reality in front of their face, because they're just so deluded.
The shockwaves of what happened in a New York courtroom are reverberating. President Donald Trump, guilty. Now, Donald Trump is the guy who loves to give everybody a nickname, like Sleepy Joe Biden.
Oh,
but now Trump.
Yeah, good one. Now, yeah, Sleepy Joe. Oh man, that was a good one. What a doozy. How did he even come up with that? That was good.
Has a sobriquet, an epithet, convicted felon. Wow.
That is the headline. Did they all send out a memo? Why is it that they always have the same argument of like literally, oh, they're just doing this. They're just reporting on the headline that he was convicted of a felony just so they can call him a convicted felon. And like and subscribe. You know, that'd be cool. Like a thumb. But then also see the thing, subscribe. That'd be great. I'd appreciate it. Thanks. Anyway.
There's a banana republic. Well, I've traveled to more than 100 countries of the world, and I've been in banana republics where a very small ruling class of people, generally speaking, of extreme leftist ideology.
Oh, right. Yeah, it's the extreme leftists and being ultra powerful and elitist. Those two things go hand in hand. And it's not like it's a billionaire right now that this guy's defending, but he's talking about the people with power running the government. It's I don't know how they end up this backwards. It's incredible.
As everyone expected, a liberal jury, at the encouragement of a liberal judge in liberal Manhattan, has convicted President Trump on 34 counts.
How do you know they're all liberals? Like, that's just so stupid. Like, they're just saying, like, oh, it's not, as long as they're not crazy Trump sycophants, then they're liberals that hate Trump, right? And this is just, I knew this was going to be their game the whole time. It's just, oh my God, they're so predictable at this point.
The first time in American history that a former president or major party nominee, in this case Trump is both, has been prosecuted and now convicted of a crime. President Trump first debuted that Make America Great Again hat during the 2016 campaign. I bought one immediately. The red hat eventually became the...
Of course. Yeah, but look at this guy. God, he looks so weird.
Favorite. But initially...
Is he Trump? Is he dressed up as Popeye? What is the... I don't understand. Why is it a sailor hat?
Trump's MAGA hat of choice was white, and I bought one. An OG.
I mean, obviously, right? His MAGA hat of choice is white people. I mean, white, right? But the red thing.
G MAGA hat, probably from the very first run on his campaign website.
Like white hats for white people. That's what I was thinking.
I bought it not because I was totally 100% sold on Trump as a primary candidate.
But that's what I was supposed to do as a conservative, because we just do what we're supposed to. We have a bunch of supposes that we just got to follow all the time, and we don't think. We don't need to think. Who thinks for themselves anymore? Tell me what I'm supposed to think.
It's just because I liked the sentiment, and I liked a lot about his campaign. And the hat, like the campaign, was refreshing and weird and fun. Today, however...
Refreshing, weird, and fun. It sounds like he's talking about my sexcapades. Just saying.
However, the Trump campaign is much more than that. Donald Trump is no longer the entertaining tabloid fixture running for president on a lark. Circumstances have developed such that Donald Trump is fending off the full force of the corrupt liberal establishment of the hegemonic global power that is willing to burn our political order to the ground in order to govern the ruins.
Okay.
If he was not already, Trump is now a world historic figure.
Wow, dude. They've just gone full, like, it's not the deep state, it's the deep planet, apparently. This is the deep planet conspiracy.
I don't think that's what he was signing up for when he came down that golden escalator in 2015.
I don't think he wanted to sign up for anything. I think he wanted to get paid to run, and that was it. And he was like, I'm gonna lose, but I'll have all my money. I'll have it. I'll get that money. And then I just will lose. Be like, too bad. Because the look on his face when he won was not a happy face. He wasn't just like, okay, this is what I wanted. It was not. It was, oh shit. Oh shit.
I don't think it's what most people expected his campaign to lead to, but sometimes history calls people to prominence.
Yeah.
I voted for Trump in 2016.
No shit, really? I had no idea. I can't even believe that you're saying that right now.
Then I voted for him with even greater enthusiasm in 2020.
That's what matters too. It's the extra enthusiasm. That's how you know. That's how you know you can win. It's because of the enthusiasm. I swear, I think the conservatives truly believe that enthusiasm votes. Like that gives you an extra 2-3 votes, man. If you like do cartwheels on your way to the polls, right, with 7 flags and a shirt with Trump's head on a rocky body, whatever, and as long as you do that, you get like 4 extra votes. It's like that's how voting works, right?
Now, I will crawl over broken glass to vote for the man in 2024.
Yeah, you're in a cult, dude. You're in a cult. And he's not even trying to hide it. I will crawl on broken glass for my Lord and Savior, Donald J. Trump. In fact, could we maybe like procure some broken glass just outside of the polling place when I'm going? I would love to make this a reality, man. Yeah, I can make this happen for you, buddy. You wanna crawl through broken glass to vote? I think I can make this happen. Might even get him a couple extra votes. I'm just saying. Let's try it. Let's see what we can do here. Okay. So just a little fun today. I know it was a wacky all over the place kind of stream today. And if you want, you can support our show by supporting our sponsor, adamandeve.com. And enter that code word Brentley at checkout. That's BRENTLY at checkout to get 50% off almost any one item. 6 free movies, 3 free gifts, and free shipping on the whole order. Just go to adamandeve.com, enter that code word Brentley. That's BRENTLY, and claim your exclusive offer. Get your butt some stuff. But if you want to support the show, you can support us by supporting our sponsor, adamandeve.com, and entering that code word Brentley at checkout. Or you can become a patron at patreon.com/punkapostate. You can also become a member. If you got that little join button down there and become a member, we got new content coming out every single week that is only for members. And it is really great. It's a very interactive live stream that we try to do every single week. Become a member. Let's hang out. And but if you want to just do a one-time payment sort of thing, you can go to Cash App. Our cash tag is punkapostate, all one word. And anything is appreciated there. I will thank the person that did it by dollar amount and possibly the for section. I'm not going to read the names because it can be kind of personal in there. But if you want to email me, you can email me at punkapostate@gmail.com. And if there's something that you think I should cover or anything like that, you can also join our Discord if you want to interact with me there. We have pretty cool little community there, and if you have content that you make, you can put it in on the Discord and shill yourself section or King of the Shill section actually, and it's just a fun place to hang out. You can also follow me on all the links. I'm not really online that often anymore, but the links are there, and I do posts here and there. Yeah, it's not earth-shattering or anything like that, but it is every so often, mostly about punk stuff. But the main thing is to stay logical, loving, skeptical, and compassionate, and we'll see you next.